guys, welcome to another episode of Elise's Eats, and today I'm going to show you how to make buttermilk popcorn chicken. It's a really delicious snack, not necessarily on the healthiest of sides, but it's delicious. And this is for one of my friends, Sarah. She absolutely loves popcorn chicken. She usually gets it from KFC, that's her thing, so I want to try to make her a nice version of it so she can make it at home. But yeah, so so let's get started. So these ingredients you're going to need. Okay, so you're going to need about 400 grams of boneless chicken. I'm using chicken tenderloins, but you can use breast or thigh, and cut about the size of your thumb or just very small pieces of juicy chicken. Half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon pepper, and half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Then 2 teaspoons of freshly minced garlic, and 3 teaspoons of freshly minced ginger. So then what you're going to need to dredge the chicken is you're going to need about 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs. You can use regular breadcrumbs, but I find this gives it a really nice crunch. You may need more or less depending on how much chicken you're using. Half a cup to 3/4 cup of buttermilk. Again, this just depends, you might need more or less depending on how much you coat your chicken. And then about 1 cup of plain white flour. Now, to season both your flour and panko crumbs, you're going to need half a teaspoon of salt each. I'll explain that later. Then for the seasoning of the chicken at the very end, there's a few here, so here we go. So you're going to need half a teaspoon of all of these things, so don't worry, so everything's half a teaspoon. Sweet paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, icing sugar, dried oregano, smoked paprika, that's different to the sweet paprika, salt, and pepper. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to marinate our chicken. So we're going to put our paprika, salt and pepper, ginger and garlic in with our chicken, give it a good old rub, and then let it sit for about half an hour to an hour. You can even also leave it overnight in the fridge. Now I'm going to use my hands, but of course you can just use a spoon, but you can really get it all throughout the chicken with your hands.
Do it how Ainsley Harriott would. Get your fingers in there and give it a good old rub-a-dub.
And now comes the interesting part. Let your fingers get in there and have a good old rub-a-dub.
Okay, so what you'll notice instantly when you start massaging the chicken is that this amazing smell of ginger and garlic just hits you, and it's just like, I want to eat it now, but it's raw, don't want to get salmonella, but it's really tempting. Flavia comes, like, seriously smell this. Like smacks you right in the face.
It does smack you right in the face.
So this is going to go into the fridge for about minimum half an hour, but you can leave it overnight to really get that ginger and garlicky flavour through it. So our chicken's been in the fridge for about 45 minutes, so I'm just going to season our dredging materials before that comes out. Dredging is just the term for when you put something in flour, an egg or a liquid, and then put it in breadcrumbs or so. So now I'm just going to put half a teaspoon of salt in my flour and half a teaspoon in my breadcrumbs, and then just mix it around. This just helps keep the chicken from being bland. That's it. And just in advance, sorry if you hear any weird noise, it's not our tummies. The neighbours are gardening, so we can't really stop that. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a small handful of our chicken, dredge it in our flour, then buttermilk, then panko breadcrumbs, and then we're going to deep fry it in oil. Now, before you put it in the buttermilk, just kind of roll it around in your hands so any excess flour comes off. Now what you want to do with this chicken with the panko crumbs is kind of grab a bit in your hand and just press each bit so that the breadcrumbs really evenly coat it, because otherwise it can look like a naked chicken later on. Your fingers will also look exactly like them. Yay! Now once you've dredged them, just don't pile them on top of each other because the panko crumbs can go soggy. Just spread them out a little bit. Okay, now if you have a deep fryer, congratulations, because I really want one and I don't have one. But put it on a medium-high heat, or about 160 to 170 degrees Celsius. My way of doing this is in the wok with canola oil and checking it's ready by either checking with a chopstick or putting a piece in to test. If you are using a chopstick, you just place it in and look for bubbles. You don't want to overcrowd the pan. Because my wok is quite deep and fat, I can probably put this all in at once. But we're going to let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until it's nice and golden brown. You also don't want to put too many pieces in at once, because it can lower the temperature of the oil and then your chicken can go soggy, which you do not want. Just keep stirring it around with some chopsticks or something like that. So while your chicken is cooking, what we're going to do is we're just going to mix all of these spices together, because what we're going to do is as soon as that's finished cooking, we're going to let them drain for about 10 seconds on this wire rack, and while it's hot, we're going to put our chicken into a metal bowl and then put a little bit of our spice and mix it all around. By putting the spice mixture on the chicken while it's still hot means that it'll absorb nicely into the chicken and just go amazing. Going to mix all of our spices. While our chicken is still nice and hot, be careful it's hot so don't burn your hands, do that. Then take a couple of pinches of the spice mix and just put it on the top. And then just shake it around. And then we're going to put our spiced chicken back on our rack to dry, because if you leave it in a bowl or on a plate, then it can get soggy on the bottom, whereas this way it keeps it nice and aerated. And then repeat with the remaining chicken. Okay guys, so that's how you make my buttermilk popcorn chicken. I really like this recipe because I've made it like a couple of times. I don't have it that often, but when I do, oh my god, I could literally eat the whole thing. Okay, maybe half. Sometimes I can eat the whole thing. But it's really good. It actually, you don't even need anything else to eat it with, but we just had some garlic aioli in the fridge. Like, I mean, it's almost as if we've made it before. Like, but yeah, so it's really delicious. I hope you like it, and I hope Flavia likes it as well because she loves chicken. So let's do it. So I really hope you like this. Have you had popcorn chicken before?
I've had the KFC popcorn chicken before, and I did enjoy it. So I'm very keen
to see how this is. Yeah. Oh, just look at all of the spices on it.
I see it. Cheers.
Citrus. Okay.
Ooh.
So you know how I put icing sugar? It kind of brings out the other spices and also the like natural chicken flavor. This is one of my favorite things to make.
Wow.
So you don't even need that, do you?
No, you don't really, but I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, you've got to try it. Come on. But yeah.
Okay.
And it's still so crispy. It's been sitting out for about 5 or so minutes while we've been taking photos. And it's still so crispy because if you leave it on the wire, all the aeration, no sog. Oh.
You never need to go to KFC again. Ever. Yeah, not that I go very frequently.
Unless you're lazy, but now you can kind of make it at home. I actually...
This is better.
I think I had it once from KFC when I was little.
Oh!
I'll eat it. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. And if you want us to make any other food or recipes from anime, manga, TV shows, movies, games, let us know. Comment in the section below. Message us on social media. Talk to our faces. We're pretty friendly, so if you want to. But yeah, so see you next time.
Bye.